Brekkie this morning, Richie?
Had a brekkie wrap actually, mate. Yeah,
Barbecue sauce?
no, I'm not a barbecue sauce fan, so no barbecue sauce. But yeah, my sister flew in. She'd booked a while ago for to come up for the week, so went out with her and the family, which was nice. So yeah, good way to kick off the day.
How many other family members come over?
No, it's just mum, dad, my sister. So yeah, I don't want to make too big a deal of it, but yeah, I think Lauren's parents will be there as well, so it should be good.
And Rich, how does it feel to play your 200th game at the Gabba?
Yeah, it's always a little bit nicer to have milestone games in front of your home fans, somewhere that's nice and familiar. So yeah, still got to get through the week, fingers crossed. But no, it should be nice to be able to yeah, I suppose achieve something in front of a supporter base that's kind of been there from day dot. So it should be good.
How does the club celebrate milestones? What do they do? What have they done in the past?
Yeah, lots of little things done really well, in my opinion. There's always the video that we watch kind of pre-game, which is nice. There's a few funny ones along the way, and we saw a good one on the weekend for Charlie. His highlights package was unbelievable. I'd hate to be sharing a milestone game with him, but yeah, it was. They do lots of little things real, and a lot of things behind closed doors as well. That's nice, and but yeah, at the end of the day, it's more important that we play well and do what we do well than celebrate a milestone.
4 in a row wins, Richie. It's been since early in your career since that happened. What's it like coming in every week at the moment?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's a nice place, nicer place when you're winning. But yeah, we're kind of at a point where we're going into every game with that kind of hunt mentality, and we want to play really well. We're not really speaking about 4 or 5 wins in a row or whatnot. I didn't even really think of that until it was I suppose spoken about. But yeah, it's a nice thing to have. You'd rather be 4 in a row wins than 4 in a row losses, but it's not really something you dwell on too much.
Funny you said hunt then. I was going to ask, do you feel like oppositions, we saw Port go after Lockie on the weekend, do you feel like you guys are being hunted a bit more now that you've got a bit more focus and a few more wins on you?
Oh, it's a hard question to answer because I'm obviously not in the opposition's shoes, but there's no doubt when guys are playing good footy that they're going to, I suppose, be taken a bit more seriously and be, I suppose, attacked in a way and given more attention. So, as Fags mentioned, we've got a fair bit of depth through our midfield especially, and through the whole side. So, if they want to go after one, then there's other guys that are going to get off the chain. But at the same time, we're going to be there to support each other. And number one focus is the ball, but at the same time, within the rules, we'll back up my teammates and our teammates.
Is there a particular game that stands out with all the ones you play, or a moment that's memorable so much?
Playing finals is obviously what it's all about as a professional player. So to play a final in my first year will always be something that I'll remember pretty fondly. Had some good wins. There was some really good wins at the Gabba, I think, against the Cats and West Coast. So it's kind of come from behind wins. Then your first game's pretty memorable. So a few along the way, but yeah, it feels kind of just like yesterday. I was starting off, but now I'm nice and old.
And
What are your memories of that? I think from memory it was Carlton here at the Gabba, wasn't it? 09? Big comeback in the last quarter, and Bradshaw kicked a few. And what are your memories from that game?
Yeah, it was a bit of a blur, but I remember the crowd being so loud. There was kind of high 30s, 40,000 people, and yeah, it's such a great ground to play at when the fans are going off and getting behind the boys. Something about it that makes it so loud. But yeah, I remember Brady kicking a few goals late in the game, and yeah, it was a bit of carry on, but no, it was really enjoyable.
Considering the roller coaster that your career has been over the last sort of 10 years in me and the down times of this club, I guess it's pretty fitting that your 200th is coming up as the side's preparing for what looks like another finals run.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not the first, and I won't be the last player to go through a similar thing. You can't always be at the top, and also there's been those tough times, I suppose. As I've spoken about in the past, hopefully in years to come, the good times will taste that bit better just on the back of that. But we're looking forward to this weekend and the weeks to come, and yeah, the past is the past.
And when you arrived here in 2008 as a draftee, did you think playing your 200th game that we could be selling out crowds here at the Gabba, and how much have the fans supported you?
When I first arrived, there was the crowds are really I suppose big in numbers, and I suppose that's a lot of it's based on how you're going, which is understandable. But it's always been kind of the goal to I suppose be playing the footy we are at the moment, and continue to improve on that. And I suppose naturally the crowds are going to follow with that. But as I mentioned before, our supporters have been fantastic, and there would have been some pretty grim times, but yeah, they stuck around, and hopefully they're, I suppose, enjoying themselves a bit more now.
And Fegs has mentioned that he has a lot of belief in you and that your best games are yet to come. How does it feel having the support of a head coach like that?
Yeah, it's fantastic to, I suppose, get that support. And he mentioned it when we first met a couple of years ago, which was nice and refreshing to hear. So, yeah, to have that belief in you as a player is fantastic, and yeah, it's especially from your head coach, who's one of the big pillars at your footy club.
You talked about the fans sticking around through the dark times. And why did you re-sign so many times when there wasn't really that much success here, and you're not a Queenslander, you're from Perth? What was it that made you want to keep playing for the Brisbane Lions?
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that go into those types of decisions, and I was always pretty optimistic about where the club was heading, and all that type of stuff. And there's a lot of other pieces to the puzzle, and I love Brizzy as a place. I love the kind of lifestyle it brings, and what you can do away from the footy field, which is just as important to I suppose footy as a job. So yeah, as I said, I was optimistic about the future, and especially over the last few years, it's really kicked and turned around. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Richie, you mentioned Charlie's highlight reel from last week, and they're the forwards, they're the ones that get all the highlights, kicking the goals. The premiership's one on defence, aren't they?
Yeah, it's you need those guys in the forward line to finish it off, but at the same time, a lot of stuff that you don't see. Our forwards are really good defensively and apply a lot of pressure. So when the terms use premiership's one off defence, it's not just, I suppose, there's 7 defenders. A lot of it these days is that team defence, and it's something that we're really working on as a footy club. So it might seem that the backs or the defenders are defending well, but a lot of the kudos goes to the guys who are up the field, putting pressure on the guys with the ball, tackling and causing turnovers in our forward half. So it's a big thing for the team, not just for the defenders, but yeah, we do play a role in that a bit deeper down the ground.
What are you expecting from North this weekend? Obviously, you beat them earlier in the season down there, but they're almost like a different team in the last couple of weeks, I'm very sure.
They're playing really well, yeah. They've always been a super competitive and tough team to play against. We're fully aware of that, so we're under no illusion that this weekend's going to be a really, really tough game, and we're going to approach it like we have the last few weeks, and come ready to play. And yeah, the boys are just excited about, I suppose, if we play the way we want to play and we stick to our processes and our plans and what we want to do, that it's shown that it gets the job done. So that's going to be our focus, as it's been no different the last few weeks.
Port tried to, I guess, bully you guys on the weekend. It didn't work. Are you expecting North to try that as well, or do you reckon they learned a lesson from what the Power can do?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that. We'll have to wait and see what happens on the weekend. But as I mentioned before, it's our focus is always the footy, and at the same time, we'll stick up for our mates and within the rules, and yeah, I suppose hopefully let our footy do the talking.
How does a coach say you've had 2 huge wins on the road, come back home this weekend? How do you bring it back to not getting ahead of yourselves, or how does the week start afresh, I suppose, for you guys before a match like this?
Yeah, I think the good thing about footy, win, lose or draw, you get to move on to the next game pretty quick, because we've obviously we've got a 6-day break as well, so the week's a little bit shorter. So we'll move on to North today, and that'll naturally switch your focus onto the upcoming game. So and at the same time, I don't think we've got any right as a group or a team to get complacent and get too far ahead of ourselves. We still know we've got to play well to get the job done and stick to what works well for us. So we won't be changing too much.
Is the magic number 12, or is it 13 weeks?
How many games are there left?
6. 6.
6 left. So
Yeah.
yeah, 17's the goal, to be honest, Benny. So yeah, we'll see how we go. 1 week at a time, eh?
Richie, just one last one. Is there anyone you'd like to thank for reaching this milestone?
Oh, I've seen a lot of people come and go through the doors, but yeah, all the people out there know have played an important role in my footy career and my life, more importantly. So I'll thank them in due course, but I do obviously want to publicly thank the fans and all my teammates and teammates gone by and coaches gone by for what they've done for me in whatever way possible. And let's hope there's plenty more games to come. Yeah.
Hey, Richie, just one final one. Is there any truth to the rumour that you've modelled your appearance off the Lions later? Or have they modelled it off you?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a bit of both. Maybe a combination. But I actually had a shave this morning just for the occasion. So yeah, I can't go to skin anymore. I feel too young.